Yo, 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 what up? It's your boy, Matty Ice, back at it again after the hiatus. Better than ever, really, you know what I mean? Feeling as good as I possibly can. Took a little break, took a little bit of self-care and, taught me some things. And I'm good. We're good to go. With that being said, let's jump into the drink of the week. Drink of the week is going to be peanut butter. So, what we're going to see here, we're going to go over the initial matchup. Even though I haven't seen a whole lot of anything to begin with. That's really good peanut butter. I haven't seen a whole lot of anything to begin with. So we're going to jump right in. We're going to go into my game. Hearts in the Office versus Ladies of the Night in Canada. This game surprised everybody, I think. The fact that Jason was able to pull out 153 points, put up his highest score, I think, stat line of the season, shouldn't surprise anybody. I think everybody does that to me. Every single week, week in, week out, I just get freaking hammered by every single person in our league. And I don't understand why. I don't get it. I wanted to gloat so bad and be like, Jason, look, I spent 4 days in the psych ward and you still couldn't pull out the dub. I felt like it was going to happen, you know what I mean? And it was just going to be, my crowning achievement. But it was not to be had this week due to a couple factors, but mainly injuries. Who would have known, you know what I mean? With Kunchant Judkins going down 3.2. And then Jason just putting up a stellar game. I mean, you can't play against that. I wouldn't even make excuses for myself at this point. It's more or less the fact that he just did well. You know what I mean? Some people just do well. And unfortunately, it has to happen against me every week. So good on you, Jason. Improving to a 6-10. Me dropping down to an 8-8. Even now, even Steven. Next on the list, we got what I thought was, this week's matchup of the week, just because it was so overhyped. But realistically, we when I say overhyped too, I mean like 40 minutes overhyped, so pretty overhyped. It's Laverne's Pies versus Creed's Casual Cartwheel. Again, appreciate y'all stepping in there, trying to do better, and helping me out. You know what I mean? Whenever I didn't have the time for it, whenever I didn't have the mental capacity for it. You guys jumped in there and did what you do best. I love it too. The microphones, trash talking me for a good 15 minutes. It was a fun time for everybody involved. But didn't seem so fun for Leah this week. Dropping her to, I think her first part, I think this is her first time having a losing record this season. Dropping down to a 7-9. Creed's Casual Cartwheel with Holly. Again, she's riding that high wave this year, you know what I mean? She started off like electric and still 148. Still nothing to even say that's even a dip, you know what I mean? That would have beat me too. But with that being said, I mean, did she play somebody who wasn't even playing? Was Quentin Johnson? I don't even know if Quentin Johnson wasn't even playing, Leah. So if you played him and he wasn't even playing this week, or he was hurt, whatever, you deserve to lose. Somehow, some way, I broke out of the psych ward to make my changes in my lineup. I couldn't too. But yeah, so Holly improves, you know what I mean? Looking pretty good. Kind of at the top of the leaderboard. Number 3, dude. Holly, okay, I see you. Looking great. Next matchup was Suck It, Rachel, with the Lizard Kings, you know what I mean? Mackenzie doing what she does. Again, she's back at it again. She had that one dip, you know what I mean? Took that one L, and she felt the sting of that. She's like, that ain't for me. That ain't for me, boss. Came back at it with 163 points put up, you know what I mean? With somebody like Jonathan Taylor on your damn roster, I don't think it really matters. He's putting up, freaking damn near 50 points a game. What are you supposed to do about that? It don't really matter. But let's see. But yeah, I mean, Rachel, again, putting up good numbers, you know what I mean? I think better numbers than me. I think you outscored me this week, and even then, I just couldn't pull it out, you know what I mean? Kirk Cousins kind of screwed you. I love Kirk Cousins, you know what I mean? But he couldn't get it together. And that's okay. It happens. All right. But other than that, pretty solid matchup between both of you guys. There's no really fault to be had. It's just she's the juggernaut. It is what it is. She's back at it again. She got hit in the mouth and she's back up. Next matchup's going to be Boom Roasted and a Little Stitches. Brandy. I said it, from the beginning of the year. I was in Brandy's corner. You know what I mean? And she made it happen this week. Matt again, a pretty respectable score. I think everybody put up pretty nice numbers. Nobody was in the double digits this week. So, I mean, kudos to everybody who was involved. Great points to be had everywhere. Matt, dude, freaking no Bo Nix, just pumping your score up, dude. Big fan of that, by the way. Sorry, Ollie. Not sorry. It looking good, bro. Oh, Jordan Mason, that's where you got hit, bro. See, I wish I could seen half of these games or even like a quarter of them. I would have been able to speak more intelligently to it. But that's rough, dude. I don't know what happened to him. If they just forgot he existed, I don't know. But he don't have an injury designation, so they might have just forgot he was there. But again, you know what I mean? Respectable scores on the both of you. Brandy coming up to 10-6 at fourth place, right behind Holly. And that's only by merit of points. It has nothing to do with the record, you know what I mean? So they're tied up. Matt dropping down to 7-9 with Leah. Gross. Okay. Last matchup, we got Lauren and formerly the Boner Champ. Trey, love you, bro. You're the shit, man. I'm just gonna go ahead and say I love you. I am sorry I didn't work out for you this week. I think you were the low scorer at 109. Not for lack of trying, though. I mean, you got people like Dalton Kincaid that put up points, and he's usually a sure shot. But Lauren put up, again, a respectable score right around that 130 mark with the rest of us. It looked good this week. She squeaked above that margin. I think she was the one. It was me and her setting the margin, and Harrison Bunker can't kick a field goal to save his life because they don't let him. So I remained below the margin. She remained above the margin. So she grabbed 2 dubs. I took 2 L's. But Lauren puts you at a solid 11-5. Very, very respectable. Right behind. Maybe not right behind Mackenzie, but close enough. Good enough for government work. Trey dropping down to 3-13, a healthy bottom of the list, man. I think you're one above Rachel. So, there's nothing you're supposed to do about this, man. Like, you have a solid lineup. You're on paper, your players. Bijan Robinson got 5 points. Yeah. So no, dude. Like, it's just a weird year for football, man. It's a weird year in general. I mean, look at me. Yeah, I'm not feeling it, dude. This year's off. With that being said, that's all our recaps. Let's go ahead and some projections real quick. See what's Gucci. Oh no. Sorry, we have some technical difficulties right now. My bad. All right, cool. All right, first up we have Lauren and Rachel. See, Lauren's got some people out already. She's still looking for running backs. I think we all are. That kind of sucks. Joe Flacco, she got freaking dude from the Icy Hot Bowl in her side of her lineup too. She looks good as far as projections are, considered. And she doesn't even have running back, and she's projected to win. But, however, I think Rachel's about to do something this week. I think she wants to surprise people. This is gonna be my bold pick of the week. I think Rachel's gonna pull this one out. Again, same deal. I think both of y'all are gonna be above the margin, but I think Rachel's gonna pull it out. By the way, how did their projections turn out? I don't even know what the projections were. I don't think anybody made it to the end of that video. So if you did, comment and tell me what the projections were. But I have no clue. I didn't have 3 hours to kill, on the Thursday they put it out. So I'm sorry. Next we have Laverne's Pies and Jason. The Special Kids Bowl. I'm part of that. Yeah, so Leah hasn't made any kind of changes to her lineup. She's got to kick her out right now. I think Jason's gonna ride this wave he was on. Putting up 153 points last week. I think he's gonna ride this wave. So I'm gonna go ahead and call he's gonna take this one. Even though he hasn't been a safe bet at all in the past, I would just like to see him beat Leah. But other than that, that's really my only real reasoning for picking him. His lineup isn't bad. It's actually really dang good. If Josh Allen can pull out of his slump, I think he'd be all right. And it should be a high-scoring game between Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen. So I'm taking Jason for that one. Hottest in the office and a little stitious. Brandon, I think you're gonna whoop my butt, dude. Like I don't have anybody, man. Like I'm struggling, dude. I'm out there on the corner slinging crack trying to pick up players right now because I got no money. But I think I might be able to do something. I might be able to keep up, maybe, but I don't think I'm gonna surpass you. I think you got this one. I think you're gonna improve to a 12-6. I think I'm gonna be below the margin. I'm gonna see my first losing record this year, but is what it is. Let's see. Boom Roasted and the Lizard Kings. Matt, love you, dude. Sorry. No, you're not gonna pull out the one, dude. I'm sorry. She has Jonathan Taylor. That's it. He's putting up 80 points this week. I'm predicting right now it's gonna happen. Mackenzie improving to a 16-2. Matt dropping. I'm gonna say you're gonna be above the margin though, man. I know you got a pretty rough lineup right now too, but you can still move some people around and whatnot. I think. Yeah, I think you'll be okay, man. I think you'll be above the margin, but I think that she's still gonna pull out the win easily. Not even just like it's not even gonna be close. And my apologies, dude. Hold on, let me get some more of this freaking before I cut out of here. This is good. So, So gross. My bad. I said the game of the week was somebody else. The game of the week this week, guys, we all know is the damn Barker Bowl. I will like to attend about half if I can go show up, unless they tackle me and shove me back in the mental hospital. I'll be there. Let's see who I want to take in. I gotta ride with my boy Trey. I'm sorry, Holly. I know you've been looking real good. You're riding a wave right now, but Trey's coming for you right now. All right. He's gonna rip you up. All right. I don't trust the script this week. Things are about to go wild. I think that he's gonna. I think Jackson Dart is gonna mourn the loss of his bulldog, whatever the hell that thing was that was running around the backfield. He's gonna mourn the loss of that dude. So he's gonna come out just swinging, like throwing haymakers, just big nasty hooks. I think Dalton Kincaid's gonna actually show out this week, and I think Bijan's gonna do more than 5 points. So I'm taking Trey in the Barker Bowl, but everybody make that if you can. I'll be there, hopefully in some different attire. With that being said, I'll make light of everything, but I'm fine, like I love you guys. I love the concern. I love that everybody reaches out, tries to say hi, and make sure I'm doing all right, as we should, you know what I mean? But I promise you I'm good. I just said the right things to the wrong people. They took it the wrong way and decided they would push the easy button and, have me sent somewhere for a few days. And that's really the gist of it. I'm open with it. It's not a problem. I'm not completely crazy. I'm a little crazy, but we're all a little crazy. Either which way, man, I love y'all. I hope y'all do well this week. Even Brandy, I hope you do well this week. You know what I mean? I don't think I deserve the dub after my poor planning. So I hope everybody does well this week. Love you guys.